What is up, everyone? Moto Tigers here, and I just bought a brand new Tiger 900 GT Pro. So we're about to ride this bad boy home. Woo! It did get warm today. It got really warm today. It is absolutely beautiful. So first things first, y'all will notice I'm on the freeway right now. I don't usually ride the freeway because my naked bike is pretty uncomfortable, but the Triumph is doing an awesome job. It's got a very tall windscreen, which is adjustable, but right now I have it in the full up position, and it is extremely comfortable. I have very little buffeting, very comfortable. Most of the air is going right around the outside of my shoulders. My head is super stable. Man, I really can't ask for anything better. It's just a very comfortable bike to have out here on the highway. Big fan of the cruise control. Y'all can see I have it set right now. It's, wow. Every motorcycle I think needs a cruise control. This is great. Yeah, this bike is really comfortable, man. Looks like we might get stuck in that traffic. So I guess I should talk a little bit about why I ended up buying this bike. Initially, I thought I was looking for like a big off-road adventure bike. Sure, you can come over, Mr. Saturn. But the more I thought about it, especially being out here in Texas where there's not a lot of off-road trails, it made more sense to get a road focused adventure bike that I could do comfortable long hauls on pavement. And you know, I could put like some 50/50 tires on this thing and do some light off-roading if I wanted to, but honestly, if I'm going to be off-road, I'm probably just going to take my CRF. So this seemed like a really logical choice. It's a little premium, it's a little pricey compared to some of the other offerings, but it's very comfortable, and I'm not a super tall rider, and I find the ergonomics to be really comfortable. I cannot completely flat foot this thing, but I can get pretty close, and this is with the seat in the lower position. I did sit on the Rally, and that just felt way too tall for me, which also kind of helped me decide to go the GT route. So kind of a fun function since I'm here in traffic is that this bike actually has an auto blipper. So if you've got to bang down a couple gears, you don't have to worry about rev matching. The bike does it for you. Also fun is this does have a quick shifter. So when you're banging up the gears, you don't have to be working your clutch. I cannot get it out of my muscle memory though. I keep using the clutch anyway. So I'll have to play with that a little bit. It's probably when we get out of traffic here. So this is the GT Pro version, which is essentially as Gucci as you can get. It's got all of the creature comforts. They're all very new to me because none of my bikes have these features, but we've got heated grips. We got a heated butt, both for the rider and the passenger. Looking forward to trying that out on a cold morning and going to work. We've got cruise control, which I mentioned earlier, which is quite nice. What else? We got a lot of different light modes. I've got fog lights up front. The dash here, I wish I could talk more about all the features, but there's honestly so much stuff on it, I just don't even know. I don't even know where to start. I can control my GoPro on the handlebar, through the dash, Bluetooth and all that as well. GPS is on the dash, which for some reason I don't have it synced up right now. That might not work when it's Bluetooth. That might have to be with the phone plugged in, which you'll see I've got my phone on a quad lock right now, but you can actually plug this phone in a little cubby that's made for it under the seat, and you can be charging your phone that way, and then it's working with your GPS and all your other phone options as well. I'm just not using that right now because frankly I don't know enough about the bike yet. So this little switch under the turn signals is how you control everything on the screens. There's I think 5 different rider modes on this bike. It does include an off-road mode, which I find kind of amusing. Like I said, I'm probably not going to really use that, but someone out there may. Man, the traffic is what makes me nervous with all these fucking cars. Cagers. Yeah, fucking cagers. Is that gonna go on YouTube? It is a dad bike. Like, I legit bought a dad bike, but you know what? That's okay. I could rock a dad bike if I want to rock a dad bike. Oh no. Damn it, Bubby. Wait, he said I could shift without my clutch. Oh, that's weird. It feels so wrong. Oh, it feels so wrong. So one thing I am noticing right off the bat on this bike is that my left thigh is getting pretty warm. The front of this bike actually has a split radiator design, and I'm wondering if maybe the left just, I don't know, runs hotter and it's pumping hot air on my leg or something. I'm not sure. I don't think it's engine heat. It's about 70 degrees today for comparison for anyone taking notes. What's up? Hell yeah, that guy's making it on my YouTube. Well, I guess while we're stuck in traffic is as good a time as any to talk about the ergonomics on this bike. Honestly, I feel like I'm riding my dirt bike. It's super upright, nice wide bars. They're just barely raked back towards the rider. Very comfortable. Seat is very comfy. That is honestly one of the things that sold me so hard on this bike when I did the test ride, is how comfortable it was. Immediately sitting on it, you know, I think anybody, even a new rider, could get on this bike and just feel immediately comfortable. Yeah, this would be a really great time to point out that lane splitting is not illegal in Texas, which sucks because this would be a great time to do it. Probably a little unsafe on the highway though. But playing the no foot down game is getting old real fast. Welcome to DFW Metroplex. So one of the first things that's going on the bike, it's actually already sitting in my garage waiting, is a set of crash bars. I went with the Outback Motor Trek bars. I got black ones, so I think they're going to look really nice on this bike. I'm also waiting on my Moscow Moto 80-liter soft bags. That's really fun. I can swap that in between bikes, so I can have it on my CRF when we're going off-roading, and then if we're just doing a long pavement trip, I can throw it on this bike, no problem. So I'm really excited about that. Which, when I say that out loud, it sounds pretty silly that I'm talking about like the same luggage system on a 250 as on a 900. But that's kind of what it's meant for. Yeah, the RPM gauge on this bike is a little weird. Like, the visualization for it is kind of odd. I know I've heard a lot of people complain about it. I don't think it's bad, really. I mean, I don't really watch my RPMs when I'm riding anyway. I'm just kind of listening. Oh yeah, plenty of power in this thing. You just gotta think about accelerating and you accelerate it. We got some rubber. Yep, there's always some of that out here. I'm just really glad, even though I'm stuck on like riding all these highways on the way home, I am just so glad I am not on I-35 right now. Because that is the worst. I don't even like riding that in a car. I don't even want to think about it on a motorcycle. I feel like after this little ride home, I am pretty comfortable doing just about anything on this thing. Like in my mind, this is like as bad as it gets, honestly. I do not like this. The handling on this bike is just beautiful. A lot of people talked about Triumph handling before I bought it, and I kind of thought like, okay, you're a fanboy, whatever. But it feels so lightweight and so nimble. This is over a 500-pound bike, and it sits pretty tall, and it does not feel like it at all. I'm gonna put this old cruise control back on. Woo! Man, I think this was like a 35-minute trip turned into like a 45-minute trip with all this traffic. Oh, why are humans the way humans are? Like what, like how does it benefit us evolutionarily speaking to rubberneck, you know? Yeah, rubbernecker's all right. Well, at least he's off the road. Like all new bikes, this bike comes with a break-in period. It is 600 miles, and my revs are limited to 7,000 RPMs. They actually have a sticker on the bike right now that they put a little dot on it to remind you, hey, 7,000 RPMs for your first 600 miles. So that shouldn't be too hard to do. This isn't the kind of bike you just ring out, but if you want to ring it out, I think this bike will do it. It's pretty peppy, I gotta say. That combined with the beautiful handling, I think I'm just really going to get along with this thing. I've been debating whether or not I'm going to be keeping the CB500 because I love that bike, but I don't know, I may not really need it in the garage with this thing. Maybe we'll take a vote. Should I keep my CB500 or should I sell it? Post your comments below on why or why not. So yeah, I guess if you've stuck around long enough at this point, you probably are already subscribed, but if not, and you like what you see, go ahead and like and subscribe and do all that stuff. YouTube algorithms and all. I don't like asking people to do that, but I think it's pretty much a requirement at this point.